What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Samora Raider back at it again with another episode of Nation News. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Josh McDaniels possibly becoming the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just a matter of time. Not only that, Davante Adams wants the bag, and should the Raiders actually pay him to bring him here and pair up with his old buddy over here and Derek Carr. And last up, we got another installment of Come On News. All of that on this episode of Nation News. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. With that being said, let's get started with the video.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
So reports came out yesterday that the Raiders are closing in on a deal with Josh McDaniels. I know that they had dinner last night, and I wouldn't be surprised if he became the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders in 2022. I mean, there's been a lot of reports going around circulating the World Wide Web about this news. And earlier today, Ian Rappaport tweeted that the Raiders are interviewing Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels today. Source said it was a positive dinner last night with team president Dan Ventrell and owner Mark Davis joins them today. If all goes well today, the hire could come as quickly as this weekend. Now, this is something that I know that has been brewing for quite a while, and I know that Mark Davis really likes this guy, and I guess he's become one of the favorites for the position. It came out of left field. I didn't think that Josh McDaniels would be that guy, but I know that when Mark Davis has his eyes set on somebody, then he does everything that he can to go get them and bring them over to the silver and black. Both sides have shown mutual interest, and I'm sure that, Josh McDaniels is a bit intrigued with the head coaching position in Las Vegas. I do expect him to officially sign with the team either today or tomorrow alongside of Dave Ziegler. Now, as much as the nation doesn't agree with this decision, with Mark Davis wanting to bring in Josh McDaniels as our next head coach, I feel like we should just wait and see. Maybe the second time around would be a bit better. I know that his first stint with the Denver Broncos didn't go quite well, and I know people are worried that talking about this dude is a cheater and whatnot. That's the last of my worries, to be honest with you guys. I don't care if the dude cheats, just don't get caught. If you ain't cheating, then you ain't trying to win. That's one quote that I took away from a Raider legend. So hey, as long as we go out there and win by any means, I'm all for it. I know that there's a lot of reports going around, and everybody's probably questioning what happened to the whole Jim Harbaugh situation. I don't know. That just went quiet after this whole Josh McDaniels thing came about. Like, nobody's been talking about Jim Harbaugh at all. Like, even connecting him to the NFL, let alone the Raiders. But I guess according to Ian Rappaport on the Pat McAfee show, he said that it was all fake news coming from the Raiders side of things.
Ian, do you think the Raiders have really wanted McDaniels all along? They were just trying to gauge his interest if he would leave New England?
And the Harbaugh shit was all fake. Yeah.
I believe it was fake from the Raiders side. I believe Harbaugh's side was kind of like, hey, the Raiders look pretty good. Like, so like,
Harbaugh
if the Raiders hire him,
Harbaugh went out on dance floor, did this number.
And hearing that really made me wonder why the Raiders did not go out and at least request to interview Jim Harbaugh for the head coaching position if he was one of the guys that, Mark Davis really wanted. And, there was reports going around that if offered the job, Jim Harbaugh would take the Raiders head coaching position job. And I was like, okay, all things are steering towards Jim Harbaugh. Then all of that just went dead. And I'm like, what the hell? Then again, makes me wonder why we went out and interviewed Ed Dodds for our GM position if we weren't going to go get Jim Harbaugh in the first place. I know that Ed Dodds had a really great interview with Mark Davis and the Raiders organization, but after hearing all this news with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, I highly doubt that he's going to come over here to the silver and black. Now, getting back to Josh McDaniels, the more I look into him, the more it kind of grows on to me, the whole decision of bringing him over to the silver and black. Shout out to Bleacher Report. They brought out a great fact on Josh McDaniels. Last offseason, the Patriots overhauled their whole offense and gave the keys to rookie quarterback Mac Jones. Despite all the changes, the offense gelled under Josh McDaniels, and the team scored over 460 points in 2021, and they made it into the playoffs. And looking at that, it's quite a solid accomplishment, especially for the team that they had, the offense that they had with a rookie quarterback. And you look at their team, they really didn't have a number one wide receiver either. You know, they had N'Keal Harry, they had Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. I don't think none of those guys are number one wide receivers. And looking at the offense compared to our offense, we do have better weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You know, obviously it starts with Derek Carr. We got Josh Jacobs, a solid running back. We got a top 3, top 2 tight end in Darren Waller. I mean, Hunter Renfrow, I would say, is better than all those receivers. Brian Edwards is the equivalent of N'Keal Harry, and Zay Jones is almost as good as, I would say, a Nelson Aguilar or fucking Kendrick Bourne. So I would say that we do have some solid pieces to build on if Josh McDaniels was to come over here to the Raiders. I feel like we just got to add more pieces in free agency and the NFL draft, and I feel like we'd be okay. And the fact that Josh McDaniels is an offensive-minded head coach, or soon-to-be head coach, I'm all for it, because it's what I asked for in the offseason before we found our new head coach. I wanted a young offensive-minded head coach over a defensive head coach. I will give Josh McDaniels the benefit of the doubt and give him a chance to prove me and the rest of the nation wrong. Because who knows, you know, we're all shitting on Josh McDaniels right now, but maybe he could turn this team around. I just feel like as a fan base, as a nation, you know, we have just got to come to the realization that this is not a what-if situation anymore. It's a just when will it go down type of situation. I mean, there's reports going around that, you know, Josh McDaniels already informed the Raiders that he doesn't want to interview with them unless he's offered the job. And the Raiders quickly rebuttal, saying that if and when he is offered the job, he better be ready to accept it. And the fact that he's going to be interviewed today basically puts the nail in the coffin. So it's just a matter of time that we announce that Josh McDaniels is going to be our new head coach and Dave Ziegler will be our new GM. Maybe we should give Josh McDaniels a chance to prove himself before he actually gets judged by the nation. Let's see what he does this offseason. It's going to be a critical offseason for this team, and let's see what he does in his first season or second season before we can actually say whether we want him gone or not. So with that being said, Raider Nation, let me know your thoughts on Josh McDaniels possibly becoming the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders down in the comments below. Now, another situation I do want to talk about is Davante Adams. You know, everybody's favorite wide receiver this offseason. I know we all want to bring in Davante Adams, pair him up with his former quarterback, Derek Carr. You know, that would be the perfect match right there for this offense. And just having Derek Carr get a number one receiver like Davante Adams here in Las Vegas, man, oh my gosh, would be something to watch. But it seems like it's not going to be that easy. You know, it's going to be easier said than done. Because according to PFN, Davante Adams is asking for $30 million a year. Damn! I love the dude, and I would love to see him in the silver and black. But damn, that's a lot of money for a wide receiver. Heck, that's quarterback money we talking about. Whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. Got a whole lot of money. Now, to his respect, Davante Adams is one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL today, and he deserves the bag, so he should go out there and chase the bag. But unless his compadre, his former quarterback, his former buddy over here, Derek Carr, takes a discount, I don't see him coming over here to the Raiders in Las Vegas with that type of money. Honestly, there's plenty of weapons that we could get for that type of money. For $30 million a year? And man, on top of that, he could possibly get tagged by the Packers, so it's going to cost some draft capital for this team and some money. So I feel like at that point, it's just too much for this team to take on. Yes, we would love to have Davante Adams, but man, bro, that's too much. I mean, there's a lot of wide receiver options out there. Whether you go trade for them, you know, you could go trade for DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, Allen Robinson, or probably go into the free agency and sign some of these veterans onto the team. There's some young receivers that could get signed. Chris Godwin, you got Juju Smith-Schuster, Mike Williams, you got cheap options like John Ross, DJ Chark. The list goes on. There's so many weapons that we could bring in. We don't need to spend a whole bag on one wide receiver. Would I want to bring Davante Adams to the Raider? Hell yes, I would. I'm sure that 99.9% of the nation would love to have Davante Adams over here with Derek Carr. But for that price range, I'm okay on passing up on him. But like I said, that could possibly just be me. Raider Nation, let me know your thoughts on Davante Adams. Would you guys mind bringing him in for $30 million a year just to pair him up with Derek Carr? And do you think that he's the answer for us moving forward? Because I feel like offensive line, honestly, to me, is a much bigger need than getting a number one wide receiver. And last but not least on this segment of Come On News, we're going to talk about former Raider Damon Arnette. Everybody's been hitting me up about this whole situation. I didn't even want to talk about it, but hey, here we are today. I guess Damon Arnette found himself in some trouble yet again. According to Tom Pelissero, the Chiefs immediately released Damon Arnette after his arrest Friday night in Las Vegas for assault with a deadly weapon. Arnette is facing multiple charges and is currently in the Clark County Detention Center. So according to TMZ, I guess Damon Arnette tried to retrieve a car, or his car, I don't know whose car it is, without a valet ticket. And that led to a dispute, which Damon Arnette pulled out a gun and threatened the valet at the Park MGM. Well, that didn't last too long for Damon Arnette. I mean, he just signed with the Chiefs not too long ago, I believe so, and now he's gone. I mean, this guy was just talking about on his IG saying that, you know, they kicked me when I was down. Don't ask why I disrespect. New music on the way. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom. That shit just sounds so fucking stupid. One of the things that really grinds my gears is when these reporters and articles put former Raider player, yada, yada, yada. Bro, we don't claim this dude at all. And to think that we could have definitely just drafted somebody else. There was so much talent that we could have gotten after we picked up Damon Arnette. Heck, Jalen Johnson was one guy I wouldn't mind bringing over here. And look at what he's doing over there in Chicago. So, to Damon Arnette, man, come on, Oos! All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then don't forget to hit that like button. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next video, this is your boy Samoa Raider, and your boy is, yeah.
Started off in Oakland, now we here. Thought that we was done, we just hit another gear. Look, started off in Oakland, now we here. Hey, pull up with the nation in the silver black gear. Look, 4 games straight, we in the